Hey, greetings, Earthlings, and welcome back to 7th Street. First of all, let me sorta apologize for the lack of videos as of late. Things have been pretty crazy. Working on a bunch of different projects still. We completed Jesus, I Was Evil, a feature film that I directed, but some other things inevitably come up. I promise that more videos will be coming soon. Today's video is actually a response to one of my favorite YouTubers out there, Todd E Walnuts. He's actually doing a video challenge. He's doing a giveaway as well. He's got a couple of things that I would definitely like to win. But I really just wanted to do this to participate in his channel and to say congratulations on 2,000 subscribers, dude. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. I'm really proud of you, man. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into his YouTube challenge here. First, the best 3 covers in my collection. God, I got a lot of stuff, but I picked out the ones that I put on display, because I actually like to display my movies like I'm running some sort of blockbuster or something. The first one is my holographic cover for Cat in the Brain. I don't know if you can see that. The eyes and the skull move as you move. I love this. You can actually, like, take it out. This was one of the first Fulci films that I actually owned on DVD. I can still remember going to Borders books and CDs and DVDs. They were selling that, and it was like $30, and I'd never heard of it, and I was like, wow, this must be amazing or something. And it's not. It's probably Fulci's worst film, but I love that DVD cover. This one I just got really recently, just a couple months ago at Crypticon Seattle, and it's the Vinegar Syndrome Demon Wind cover. Shout out to Vinegar Syndrome. They're doing the Lord's work. They really are, by restoring these old films. God, I love this. It's probably on permanent display up in my collection. That's just a beautiful Blu-ray. They could not have done a better job with that. And the last one is actually a VHS tape. I wasn't sure if Todd, he wasn't specific. He didn't say DVD or Blu-ray, so I went back to my VHS of Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. So much nostalgia with this cover here. Just amazing. It looks like a 3rd grader drew that. It's just, it's not the best, but it's the best to me because it's nostalgic. So that's sort of what I took away from the challenge. All right, the 3 worst covers. I got a couple here. I got a couple that are just, these are all doozies, man. I got some real bad ones in my collection. First and foremost, Jack the Giant Killer, which I do plan on doing a references film on Jack the Giant Killer. This is a phenomenal movie, but look at that cover. It's just, like, the main character standing there with a sword. This is the most underwhelming cover I've ever seen in my entire life. The poster for this is incredible. The movie poster for this is one of the most phenomenal posters I've ever seen. What were they thinking? What were they thinking when they put this together? It bothers me every time I have to look at this. I'm sorry. I get emotional with the bad ones, because it's real bad. The next one, from Diamond Entertainment, is the 7 Doors of Death, which is actually Fulci's The Beyond. I have a much better release of it now. I'm too sentimental to get rid of some of these. I mean, this was the first way that I saw The Beyond. But, I mean, once again, I mean, I'm assuming that they couldn't get, like, the poster or something. You know, I know there are other ones, they tend to use stills from the movie, but why this still? That's an awful looking, this looks like it's some sort of, like, Faces of Death movie. It doesn't look like it's an actual movie at all. And last but not least, it's funny, all these movies with bad covers, I just now realized, I love the movies. The Beyond, Jack the Giant Killer, and I love Missile to the Moon. This movie is, it's brilliant. The giant rock monsters in it, and the space spiders, the space babes that live on the moon. This movie is actually really good, and I probably should do a references film on this movie as well. But look at that. Isn't that the worst thing that you've ever seen in your entire life? First time in color. It's like you couldn't even put space behind it. You couldn't put stars. You had to do this like awful graphic. It blows my mind. It's poor design. It's just, I'm not even a designer, and I know that that's poor design. So those are my worsts. Moving on with the list. Let's see. One underrated film. Well, I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this? Judges, can I do this? They don't answer, so I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Underrated film, Three Flies in a Widow's Web. This is my film. I directed this film. You can watch it for free through Kings of Horror here on YouTube for free. You can go watch it. It's a feature anthology horror movie that I wrote and I directed. It's great. Oh, I'm just getting words from the judges that's illegal. I can't do that. Okay, so underrated movie that actually counts, The Dark Half by George Romero. This movie is fantastic. I don't have any plans to do a references film on this one. That's why I thought that I would share it. Everybody should go check out The Dark Half. It's got Timothy Hutton in it. It's got the guy from Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and he's in Walking Dead. I just can't remember. Michael something? Michael Rennie? No, it's not Michael. Is it? I don't know. Definitely check this movie out. It's really well done. And there's no reason that it shouldn't be more popular. I mean, I love George Romero. But I mean, I'm not being biased with that film just because I love his work. I think that movie is actually extremely well done, and it's probably one of his better films, in my opinion. So, moving on here. An overrated film. So, I know everybody's gonna hate me. Actually, especially Todd E Walnuts. I didn't even think about that. He's really not gonna like this selection. I'm sorry to do this, bud. I mean, I literally just thought of this now. This wasn't even a joke. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just hear me out. It's good. It's good. It's well done. It's well executed. Certainly for the budget that it was made for. Toby Hooper is really, really good. But it's just, calm down, guys. It's not that good. It's not groundbreaking. Come on. I know I just lost this competition by saying that. Alright, moving on. Favorite horror villain. I'm gonna pick one that I don't know if, once again, if this is gonna count. But you know, when I think of my favorite horror villains, I'm a big fan of the classics. So I don't necessarily think of, like, a Jason or Freddy Krueger. Sometimes I think of an actor who was just always cast as the villain. And I gotta say, favorite horror villain? Vincent Price. I mean, I absolutely love Vincent Price. So much so that I have said for the last 10 years, my firstborn son will be named Vincent Price McCarthy. Everything that Vincent Price does is absolute gold. I actually plan on doing a video for top 5 Vincent Price films, so keep a lookout for that. But yeah, he's my favorite villain. He's just got this aura to him and that voice. I mean, every time he talks, it's just like, it's spooky. You know, you're in for a good old spooky ride. Alright, most disturbing film in my collection. Well, there are definitely a lot of movies that I have that would fit into the disturbing category. But as far as movies that have disturbed me personally, I gotta go with Last House on the Left. by Wes Craven. That is probably the movie that has disturbed me the most. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Last House on the Left with that one. All right, shout outs. You know, I love doing shout outs. I love being part of the community here, you know, just trying to grow and you know, I'm super flattered anytime anyone even watches my channel. So I love doing this. I've got a couple. You know, of course, Todd E Walnuts, he shouted me out. I was super flattered. You know, Todd's one of my favorite channels. I never miss one. But one that I think that everybody should go and subscribe to, Critical Kid. He's a really nice guy. I'm featured in one of his episodes, and we were supposed to do a crossover episode, and I got really busy, and it just never came to be, but we're still in pretty close contact. You know, he's got about the same subscribers I do, about 250-ish, and he's a really cool guy. I mean, we've, like, Skyped and, like, riffed movies together and kind of planned different videos and stuff. I think that he's over on the East Coast. He's, like, Alabama or something like that, Kentucky. I forget. Sometimes I forget that there's a world outside of my own state here. But definitely go subscribe to Critical Kid. Let him know that I sent you. Definitely show him some love. He's really funny. He does like a lot of superhero stuff. And I always watch his because it's just he's into a lot of subgenres that I'm not particularly into, but I like to learn about. You know, sometimes my favorite reviews to watch are of movies that I wouldn't normally watch, you know. But yeah, Critical Kid, definitely go subscribe, check him out, he's great. And last but not least, how did I find Todd E Walnuts? Well, it's a funny story. I sort of told it in a shout-out video that I did for him, but it was actually fairly recently. I was getting real into collecting these Wizard Big Box VHS tapes. And I noticed that, like, nobody was reviewing them. Nobody was, like, collecting them or putting anything on YouTube. I mean, obviously there are VHS collectors, you know. You can go on you know, different VHS groups on Facebook and stuff, and it's got a huge following, people who collect Wizard Big Boxes, but nobody was making any videos, except for Todd E Walnuts. And, man, I'll tell you, it was right around Christmas time. You know, I had asked to get a couple of them from the Full Moon page from my girlfriend, and she's gonna order them, and I was just so obsessed with them, and I just kept watching his Wizard Big Box collection on repeat, because he was like, you know, I found him because he was the only guy out there who was doing videos on them. And then I just, you know, started watching his other videos, and, you know, then it just turned into, you know, being a subscriber and watching everything. So yeah, Todd, that's how I found you. Wizard Big Boxes, so write Full Moon and tell them thank you. Ugh, I'm gonna cut that out. So anyway, yeah, Todd, that's how I found you, your Wizard Big Box video. So, anyways, guys, sorry if this is sort of a, confusing video for you, for those of you who aren't Todd E Walnuts. But yeah, I just wanted to participate in this, this challenge that he did. Once again, congratulations on your 2K subscribers, man. Well deserved, very well deserved. And any of my fans who are watching, well, not fans. I didn't mean to say fans. That's super conceited. Any of my viewers who are watching, if you have not checked out Todd E Walnuts, definitely do so. Go subscribe. Let him know that I sent you. More videos to come, like I said. Actually, very soon there will be a couple coming. Until next time, guys.